Welcome to Rochester Regional Sports Center, the 2019 NJCAA Division III Volleyball Championships. This is the fifth place team featuring Harper from Palatine, Illinois, and Central Lakes from Central Lakes, Minnesota. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Kyle Smith alongside Kaiser DeCom, Tom Ritchie, and our color commentator, Nick Johnson. Nick, I am excited, and you've seen Central Lakes a couple of times. What should we expect from Central Lakes today?
Well, Central Lakes, very well balanced. They have a good front line. Protect the front of the net very well, and they have a lot of fans in attendance here as well, being a Minnesota team from just up the road in Brainerd. And so head coach Jane Peterson has her squad here almost every year, and they played together very well. Their road here, they beat Raritan Valley, a very good 12 seed, in their opening round matchup, then fell to Brookhaven before beating Jefferson, who we just saw a moment ago. And so they are looking to go 3-1 in this tournament. As for Harper, they won their opening matchup over Queensboro, that's right. I'm trying to do this from memory, but lost to RCTC and then beat Jamestown yesterday to end up in this match. So they've already outplayed their seed as the 7. Harper, the national champions in 2016 and 2017. And so two teams that are here quite frequently. And so Bob Vilsoe and Jane Peterson have some familiarity with one another as coaches as well.
We'll give you the starting lineups in a minute here. You're watching the 2019 NJCAA Division III Championships. The starting lineups are brought to you by Tashikara, the official volleyball of the NJCAA. Fans, Tashikara is proud to be the official volleyball of the NJCAA, and they've generously provided all balls for NJCAA National Championship play for over 30 years. Tashikara, we've got the ball. You bring the game. As there's the head coach for Central Lakes from Brainerd, Minnesota, the head coach, Jane Peterson, assistant coach, Ken Miller. Now for Harper, they're going to go with number 14, number 17. Going to go with number 3, Yushi Libero, as there's Bob Vilsoe, gives a peace sign to the camera as play resumes here. Appreciate everybody watching. By the way, if you miss any of the action, you can watch it on demand at njcaatv.com. And there's Candifer. A good start for Harper, as Candifer stole the show yesterday against Jamestown.
A 6'1" freshman from Elk Grove, Illinois, and Harper College is tall. They've got a few 6-footers, but so too does Central Lakes.
Candifer, who wants to study graphic design at a 4-year school, and this is just how Harper plays. When they had RCTC on the ropes for a brief moment there, they were up 5-0 in the opening set. Yesterday they started off hot, and they won the last set against Jamestown 25-11. Is that a live ball? Doesn't matter, as it was hit 3 times, and finally play stops.
But a good effort there by Harper to keep that alive, so Central Lakes able to get on the board for the first time.
A 2-1 edge for Harper. It's a Midwest battle. Minnesota against Illinois. Bump, set, spike, block, kill, point. Central Lakes.
Yeah, that was Maggie Fellerman with a little bit of help from Lily Hardy on that block. So I mentioned at the get-go, the Raiders very good at the net, and the defense was ready that time.
Back over to the Harper end. Kill attempt. Hits the pole, which means it's out of play, and a point for the Harper Hawks. A 3-2 advantage for Harper. Gonna dive for this. It looked like, and then at the last second, the libero tells her that's just out of play. No risk of injury, just don't go after it, and a point for Harper. The Hawks lead 4-2. Had some room to dive for it, but a little bit out of their reach, and a dive from that distance could usually lead to injury. Point for Central Lakes on the kill, number 5, Nicole Corton.
Yeah, Corton had a very good opening round matchup against Raritan Valley, and so off to a good start here for the Raiders.
4-3 the score here in Rochester, Minnesota. Central Lakes looking to tie it up at 4-4. Blocked, but it goes out of bounds, and a point for Central Lakes. Central Lakes won the North Plains B Region 3 district Not the best record, 18-13, but Nick, they had a very good strength of schedule.
Yeah, actually, both of these teams, you look at their overall records. Harper came in 24-20. Central Lakes was 18-13, but they are battle tested. They play a lot of Division I and II opponents in weekend tournaments, and it shows. There's talent on both of these squads, and so for some of these teams in this tournament, this is the toughest type of competition they have all season long. Not the case for these two squads.
5-5 the score as Harper. They'll have 12, 14, and 3 in the front row. 14, of course, is Rothenberg. Agaranos, number 3, Candifer, 12. Out to libero, Carcelo, setting it up. And she set it up for Ryder. Now on the front row. In play. And a point for Central Lakes. 6-5 advantage for the higher seed Central Lakes. Harper started off the tournament as a 7th seed. Easily beat at Queensboro in the first round. Then they went to the quarterfinals against RCTC. Yep, double hit against Candifer. Candifer gave the stink eye to the official, but that's probably just gamesmanship. She knows deep down that she went against the rules. Clearly a double hit and a point for Central Lakes. Second hit.
For Harper now, giving the momentum back to Central Lakes. Could use a side out here as Sydney Berg. Before that attempt, it's Central Lakes called for a double hit.
Now the score 7-6. The libero Carcelo goes to the bench. In comes Jasunas. 7-6. Looking to tie it up is Harper. Tapped over. And a point for Central Lakes. Jasunas into the game as Candifer will take a seat. Middle blocker on the team. She wants to be an elementary school teacher. She really liked going to USA Nationals as a kid. And now a point for Harper. Leading the way was Agaranos. And she'll be rewarded with the serve here with her team down by 1. Substitution for Central Lakes. Sydney Berg, 5'11" from Little Falls, goes to the bench. An 8-8 score here in Rochester, home of the Mayo Clinic. Tapped over, bump, set. Oh, fakes the pass and just pushes it over the net. Rothenberg blocked. Another bump. Now on it is Ryder. Ryder hits the top of the net. And the libero for Central Lakes gets it over. Now back over to the Raiders. Second hit. Now the third one. Over the net it goes. And a great dig by Carcelo. Second hit. Rothenberg gets it over. Back and forth. Volley scoring we go here in Rochester. And now once again dug out by Harper. Now to the front row. And a point for Harper. Oh, no, it went past the white line. It was not deflected. I originally thought it was deflected by a Raider player, but it just hit the top of the net. And Harper has been great on their digs, but Central Lakes has been there step for step for Harper today.
Yeah, and we expect this thing to be a back-and-forth affair, and so far it's living up to that billing.
They're in the home of the Yellow Jackets. The third-place game coming up after this. Unfortunately for the home fans, RCTC will be playing in that game and not the national championship. They fought hard, Nick, but Columbus State was really good last night.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the match of the tournament so far, but these two teams are very close in terms of talent level, so this is a good appetizer for that third-place game as well.
A 10-8 score. Brookhaven lost in straight sets, but they had Owens on the ropes. They were up 19-11 in the third set, and Owens miraculously came all the way back. Ball still live on the right side. Now at the front row. No double hit. A clean block. And they're going to change their mind. They're going to say it indeed was a double hit. It must be so hard being official, Nick. It goes by so fast, this game of volleyball. You're looking for double hits. You're looking for people touching the net. And everything's going at 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, even with 4 people out there, sometimes they find themselves looking at one another, not sure, even when they're right on top of it. Just because it's a round ball and if it touches any part of the white, sometimes you can't get a great look at it, but like you said, a lot of things to look out for in milliseconds.
Set up by Ryder. As Ryder tries to get the kill. Dug out. Agarano's on it. Ball still live, and just not enough on the dig by Agarano's. Agarano was on the back row. Really no chance as she went to one knee to try to get it over the net.
But a great effort there regardless by the Harper defense.
Central Lakes will go to the bench. Taking a seat is Jade Porter from Piers, Minnesota. Everybody on this Central Lakes team is from the great state of Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes. And a point for a team from the land of Lincoln.
So Harper responding here, tied up again at 11. And this was the match coming into today I was the most sure would likely go. I mean, I'm not always great at predictions, but I was pretty sure this one was going to go 5 sets. And our 7th place matchup did that. Would not be surprised one bit to see this one do the same.
So far, the first set won't end. Now it's 12-11 in favor of Central Lakes. Great job by Kaiser DeCom on scoreboard and technical directing duties. Tom Ritchie, the videographer, as Central Lakes getting ready in the front row. Pushes it over, and definitely a double hit against Ryder. I think what's really cool about watching this tournament, Nick, is these players are so athletic, they can set it over the net most of the time without committing the double hit.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And just the vision for a lot of these players, too, to be able to set up their attackers, looking at their peripheral vision while focusing on the ball. We've seen plenty of that. And Central Lakes, for sure, has a good one in Kylie Porter, who can do a lot of those types of things for Central Lakes.
Over the net. And not able to get it. Haley Schlepper, a freshman. 6 foot even from St. Joseph, Minnesota. Candifer excited to be in this 5th place game with their team down by 2. An early start for Harper, and Central Lakes answered quickly. Harper trying to get it to a 1-point deficit. Now over to the front row. And finding a space on the defense and a point for Central Lakes.
That was Sydney Berg, number 13. And Berg, one of those streaky type of players. She led the team in kills during the regular season. But when they get her going, good things happen. And so if they can give her a spark here, that'll help them in this first set.
Stays in play and a point for Central Lakes. Bob Vilsoe, you're wondering when he's going to call timeout.
So Harper's been in this tournament before, and Vilsoe, one of the most mild-mannered coaches out there during their national championship runs. I oftentimes wondered if he was ever going to get off his seat as he has his clipboard. He talks things through with his players, but doesn't get overly excited oftentimes, and so that approach works well for his Harper Hawks.
Sometimes the best coaching philosophy is live and learn. Learn to be self-sufficient and then come to me and tell me what you did wrong instead of me screaming at you what you did wrong. Point. Harper led by Vilsoe. It's now a 2-0 run for the Hawks. Central Lakes looking to shake it off. As there on screen is Nicole Corton, the freshman, 5'8", from Sauk Center, Minnesota. A southpaw serve and an ace. Ali Morong with a serving ace as the libero tells her team of Central Lakes to shake it off. Now the Harper fans getting excited, screaming, Harper!
Well, they might have psyched out their own server there as Kathleen Alamarong put that one into the net. Looked like she hesitated a bit before the serve, so don't want to psych out your own players.
No. Her favorite childhood volleyball memory was learning how to underhand serve. Pushed over legally by Harper. Jasunas comes back up to block it, back onto the Harper end. Jasunas with the spike and a kill.
Yeah, Jasunas has really imposed her will here. She had a block a couple points ago, and it's helped Harper. Not that they were in a large deficit, but for relation to this first set, they were down by 3. That's the largest deficit either team has had. And now they have a chance to tie once more.
Can't tie it up as a service error against Harper. You think it's getting into their head a little bit? Every time they get close, they overthink it, and that's leading to the service errors?
I'm not sure about that. I think it's more coincidence, at least at this point, is maybe there's a little bit of an element of, hey, I want to do this myself here, but yeah, a little too early for the head games to come into play, in my opinion.
Rothenberg excited. A big kill for number 14, and she'll take the serve.
And a high five to Taylor Fowler, who had another perfect set assist.
18-17 the score in favor of Central Lakes. Set up to the front row and a kill.
Maggie Fellerman coming around on the left side, hammering that one down for the Raiders.
No chance there for Carcelo to dig it out. Perfectly placed in between the back and middle row. Dig. Block. Kill. Point. Central Lakes.
Nicole Corton taking advantage as that ball lofted back over onto the Raiders' side. And we've seen it a number of times in this tournament. Many times hitters get a little too excited when they see it coming in, but that time Corton handled it well.
Point for Central Lakes, their biggest lead of the setup, 21-17. Bob Vilsoe calls timeout and talk things over with his players. You're watching the 2019 NJCAA Division III Volleyball Championships on NJCAA Championship TV.
Every student athlete has a team, and a team behind that team. There are coaches, trainers, teachers, parents, friends, and each teammate shares the same goal: to provide athletes with the support and skills to succeed while staying healthy and safe. At Relation Insurance, we're proud to be a part of your support team. We provide customizable insurance solutions that can help colleges and universities protect athletes, manage risk, and stay ahead of the game. Go team! Every student athlete has a team, and a team behind that team. There are coaches, trainers, teachers, parents, friends, and each teammate shares the same goal: to provide athletes with the support and skills to succeed while staying healthy and safe. At Relation Insurance, we're proud to be a part of your support team. We provide customizable insurance solutions that can help colleges and universities protect athletes, manage risk, and stay ahead of the game. Go team!
Back here in Rochester, Minnesota, Central Lakes up by 4. This is a really tough team, Central Lakes is, and it took a huge effort from Brookhaven to eliminate this team in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, and for Brookhaven, they came back from 8 points down late in, I can't remember if it was the second or third set, but stole one away, and that really changed the complexion of that match. And so you got to believe the Raiders are thinking about that now as Fellerman comes down with the block.
Fellerman, good size at 6 foot even. A hitter from Aitkin, Minnesota.
An Aiken ace.
Well played, Nick, well played. So for people that don't know the game of volleyball as much as you do, Nick, what's the difference between a clean set over the net and a double hit?
Well, basically it's exactly what it sounds like. If a player makes contact with the ball and isn't able to get it with both hands simultaneously, then it's a double hit. If you hear that tap-tap sound, and oftentimes that's what the officials are looking for, is any sort of jostling in between. If it comes in cleanly and leaves the hands cleanly, all in one simultaneous motion, then no violation occurs.
2 points away from winning the opening set. And I'm sure that the Gales from Central Lakes, Minnesota, after the game are going to see if the Golden Gophers are beating Iowa. Golden Gophers of the University of Minnesota looking to go 10-0 on their football season. Meanwhile, the Gales from Brainerd up 24-18.
Central Lakes fans travel well every year. They're all on their feet right now, but that serve goes into the net for Corton.
And now we have to see which team has the better dancing. Jefferson against Jamestown. We saw some cool dances, clicking the heels. We'll see what Harper and Central Lakes has up their sleeves in terms of kill dances. Blocked by Harper. Point, Central Lakes. No one's there to finish it. And that does it for the first set We'll go to set number 2. You're watching the 2019 NJCAA Division III Volleyball Championships on NJCAA Championship TV. Here in Rochester, Minnesota. And fans of today's game, you can follow all the action of the 2019 NJCAA Fall Sport National Championships live on NJCAA TV. You can also watch it on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Android television, and Roku streaming platforms. NJCAA Championship TV, the official digital video network of the NJCAA. Also, for fans of today's game, you can purchase official merchandise of the 2019 Volleyball Championships at shop.njcaa.org to view exclusive national championship and NJCAA merchandise. And a special offer, you get 10% off for your first order using the promo code WELCOME10. And all orders over $75 receive free shipping. Visit shop.njcaa.org and order your official championship gear today. There's the head coach of Central Lakes. I like the scarf, Nick. It's cold in this gym. You got to come prepared.
Well, like I said, Central Lakes here just about every year. So Jane Peterson knows all about how Amber Zitzo handles the thermostat here at the Regional Sports Center.
Goes out of bounds. Not just about coaching. You got to come in style and look fashionable, and that's what head coach Jane Peterson looks like for the Central Lakes Raiders.
Earlier this week, I can't remember if it was yesterday or Thursday, she had some red tennis shoes that matched the red tech vest. Very good look. So Peterson keeping it clean, as the kids would say.
1-1 is the score here in Rochester, Minnesota. Home of the 2019 NJCAA Volleyball Championship game. That'll be on later tonight around 6 o'clock, depending on how the other games go today. Kill for Candifer.
Yeah, Candifer at 6-1, just very difficult to try and control there in the middle. And so good spot there by her, not allowing the Central Lakes defense to get set, smacking it down to the other side.
Spikes it over the net, looking for the dig, can't dig it out properly, and a point for Central Lakes. As Harper looking to shake it off, Carcello talking to Ryder. We'll get it next time, says Carcello to Ryder. Haley Tileric on the serve, and an ace for Tileric.
Telarik has a very difficult type of serve, and she's got a big routine before she puts it in, but kind of delivers it with a bit of a knuckleball type of spin and has a tendency to throw off some defenders with that.
Not the tallest girl in the world, just 5'1". She's from Onamia, Minnesota.
I'll help you out. That's Onamia, Minnesota. I'm a Minnesota native here for you. So Telarik, though, covers a lot of ground despite her height. She gets everywhere, and so absolutely what you want to see out of a libero, as the violation called on Central Lakes leads to a side out for Harper.
3-3 the score. Ali Morong on the serve. Blocked well, still in play, and a great job diving for it, the libero. Telarik. Bump, set, looking for the spike, and they get it, and they get the kill. Credit on the play, Haley Schlepper.
Yeah, Schlepper had a fantastic match last night against Jefferson. Really came up big in big spots for the Raiders, and they can get her going as well. You know, Central Lakes has about 5 hitters. I think 5 that have more than 100 kills in the season, and so, like I said, they're balanced. They can attack from a lot of different positions.
Got a lot of umph on that serve. Now spiked by Jasunas, and a point for Jasunas.
Jasunas really impressive in that first set despite the losing effort. And they want to continue to give her as many feeds as they can.
Still alive, no choice but to bump it over. Now a bump, setting it up to the front row, and a kill attempt. Seeing it all the way is Carcelo, sets it up, sets it over the net. Now back over to the Raiders, and a kill for the Raiders.
And that was all set up by Haley Telarik. The libero had a diving save in order to keep that point alive, and then Central Lakes able to set up their attack.
Central Lakes coming into this game, 375 kills for Sydney Berg. This is a team that contributes with digs. Their leading digger is Kylie Porter at 200. Back over to the Raider end. Spiking it over the net. Hits the top and goes over to Harper. Spike. Great dig. And gets it over the top row. Can't get over the net. Point for Harper. We're all tied at 5.
Yeah, Corton trying to cut that one cross court. It was the right idea as the Harper defense didn't have anybody in that left corner, but just wasn't able to cut it across the net. That's a very difficult spike to try and make.
Asa into the game. She'll serve for the Harper Hawks. Goes to the front row. Central Lakes gets a point. That time it's number 5, Nicole Corton.
Yeah, that time Corton did the same thing. So way to have a short memory there. Corton just failed trying to do the same exact type of maneuver a point ago. Goes back to it and earns the kill.
Taps it over. Still in play. Kill. Ryder.
Amelia Ryder at 5'5", but finding a way to, in the land of the Giants there, to get the point.
Good serves there. And a point for Bauer and the Harper Hawks. Is trying to shake it off for the Raiders. Jade Porter from Piers, Minnesota. Bump, still alive. And couldn't get a good read off it. Corton, but really she was in no man's land. Near the scores table, could really do nothing much more than just dig it at a bad angle.
And give credit to Bauer. That was a difficult serve. Porter able to dig this one out.
Digs it out over the net. Out to Candifer. Taps it over. Second hit. Now the third one. Spikes it. Good dig out there by Bauer. Now to Ryder. Hits the top of the net. Did anybody touch it? And they're going to say they did, and a timeout called by Central Lakes head coach Jane Peterson. You're watching the 2019 NJCAA Volleyball Division III Championships on NJCAA Championship TV. Score is 9-6 at the NJCAA Division III Volleyball Championships. Tapped over by Candifer, back over to the Harper Hawks. That time it's Rothenberg, and Rothenberg with the point.
And Harper doing a good job here in this second set of feeding their attackers, and Rothenberg, good example there, spiking it home.
10-6 lead for Harper. They lost the first set 25-19. Bump, set, spike, blocked well, ball still live. The libero gets it, and a good pass over there to Kylie Porter from the libero to Larrick. Now back over to the front end, shoots it over. Reading it well is Asa. Now to Candifer, now to the front line. Back over to Bauer, and Bauer with the double hit. Point, Central Lakes.
Rachel Candifer did everything as she could to keep that point alive for Harper, but it's Central Lakes getting the point after the double hit.
10-7 the score. We appreciate everybody watching today's broadcast. Remember, you can watch it on Roku streaming platforms. Bump, another bump, looking for the spike, and they get it. Unfortunately, goes right into the net, and a point for Central Lakes.
Well, Amelia Ryder has had a good second set, but just mistimed her jump that time. She's earned a couple points for the Hawks in this set, but just mistimed it that time.
Getting it over to the front row. That time it's to Fellerman, and Fellerman with a kill.
Yeah, Fellerman has really been productive all tournament long. They ask her to do a lot of different things, too. She rotates around, especially on the front side by the net, and has to attack a lot in the middle as well. But Fellerman there again for the big spike.
Fellerman having a good game. Has a block shot, 3 kills. But Sydney Berg is their go-to attacker. 8 kills on 10 attacks, no errors thus far for Sydney Berg. To Candifer. Candifer tries to get the kill, and it's well read and defended by the Raiders. Now over to the Hawks, trying to get it over. Did anybody touch that? Waiting for the call. Point, Hawks. Wait, which one is it? They're going to probably have to talk this one over. Vilsaway not happy as she originally signaled towards the Hawks.
Yeah, I thought it hit the out-of-bounds marker here on the near side, and that's a tough, we talked about it earlier. The officials have a very difficult job, even with 4 of them out there. That one hits the top of the net. If it grazes the pole on a net that's already shaking, that's a really tough thing to pick up. But I think that was indeed the call as we go to the replay here.
Yeah, I don't think anybody touched it from Central Lakes. Yeah, it looked like it hit the pole. That's clearly a point for Central Lakes.
Yeah, but you see for Harper, Amelia Ryder thought she had a point, so sometimes it's too close, even with our cameras.
Yeah.
Tough to see.
I think she just accidentally pointed towards Harper. But that's the problem with being an official, Nick, is you got to be clear and you got to know before you make the call, because if you change your mind, it doesn't look great.
But I would argue these officials do a nice job of talking things over to try and have the best call they can. We see it on the national stage. They have cameras everywhere. And even when you look at replays and frame by frame, sometimes you still can't tell what the call is. And so I think they got this one right. Looked like it hit that out of bounds marker, but even after looking at the replay, I'm not 100% sure. So Central Lakes does get the point.
Yeah, it looked like she just made a little mistake, but she got the call right, and that's all that matters. Just accidentally pointed towards Harper, and she meant to point towards Central Lakes. Over to the front row. Central Lakes and a kill. It's Maggie Fellerman starting to become their go-to scorer in addition to Berg.
Fellerman has had the hot hand during this comeback, and now Central Lakes with a 2-point lead.
They won the first set 25-19, looking to win the second one. Close to going out of bounds. Too close to call, says Carcello, and keeps it in. Did it hit the line? It did. We'll get a replay on it.
Now that back judge was in perfect position, but then again, maybe not. Jane Peterson out on the floor saying, oh, come on. As we look at the replay, it's going to be tough to see again as Berg tapped that one over and just a bit wide left. And now a yellow card issued to Central Lakes. They won't announce who it's on, but
got to be on Peterson. I didn't see any of the players arguing.
Yeah, but Peterson didn't do anything, too overzealous, I didn't think, unless, they're going to talk to her about where she's standing. And quite frankly, this is not a concern of Jane Peterson's. I covered all 3 of their matches yesterday. She comes right out to the white line frequently, but I think they don't want her getting too close to the net. So Peterson will humbly take that yellow card and move on. She's smiling about it already.
I'm not 100% sure where that ball landed. I thought I saw the white pop up, so I can see where Jane Peterson's coming from. That should be a point for Central Lakes.
Well, and the fans in attendance just want to see us keep playing here as they get the scoreboard corrected.
Score is now 12-12. That's a 98-mile-an-hour fastball coming at you, and that's why back row play is so important. But even so, even if you're on the back row and you're a good digger, Nick, that one was just too tough to dig out.
Yeah, absolutely, and a great job by the Raiders responding after they lose that point. They have the 2-point swing from the Berg hit, coming back with a Nicole Corton kill.
An opening set win for the Raiders, looking to make it 2-0, double hit against Harper. Point for the Raiders. They're up 14-12.
Tough play at the net there. Sydney Berg did the right thing, though, with her left hand tipping it across, and the Harper blockers had to try and gather it. They touched the out-of-bounds marker, and so 2 quick points after the close call for Central Lakes.
A very efficient day for Central Lakes. 304 hit percentage and a point now for Harper.
Yeah, these 2 teams, like I said, I thought for sure this was going to go 5. If it doesn't, it's only because every set's going to be close, and whoever wins them obviously will come away with the victory. But these 2 teams are very evenly matched.
Kill. Asa, her 3rd kill of the day. She's now 3 for 6.
Natalie Asa, 5'10 freshman from Schaumburg, Illinois. And she's one that I'm sure Bob Vissoy is glad is coming back next year, as she's developed throughout the season and will probably be a team leader next year.
All knotted up at 14 as the Harper fans getting into it. And there's a kill by Sydney Berg. When you need a kill, that's a good girl to go to down the stretch.
And especially over on the perimeter. Berg very dangerous from that left side, as are most right-handed hitters. But Berg has extra good vision. Seen it time and again when she's up in the air, kind of reading the defense to see where she should spot it when she starts her swing.
16-14 the score. Central Lakes looking for a commanding 2-0 lead, but Jefferson thought the same thing. They were up 2-0, and then coming back was the number 6 seed. Jamestown finishing in 7th place. Jamestown in 8th, who will finish in 5th and 6th, respectively. Out of bounds it goes. Point, Harper.
Yeah, Lily Hardy on the attack there, right side. Just a bit too strong as she tried to power it over the blockers. And sometimes when you do that, you overshoot them and overshoot the back line as well.
We appreciate the live stats today on NJCAA.org, as that's another kill by Berg.
Yeah, for Central Lakes, you want to continue to feed Sydney Berg and keep her active. Like I said, she's a pretty streaky player, normally streaky in a good way, but you don't want her to get quiet at any point during this match if you're going to beat Harper.
Hits the top of the net, goes over to the Harper end. On the front row. Was that a double hit? Doesn't matter. Point for Harper. 17-16 in favor of the higher seed, the Central Lakes Raiders. But right on their tail are the Harper Hawks from Palatine, Illinois. Set. Another one. And a spike. And a block. and a point for the Raiders.
Well, they're trading punches here. It's an 18-16 lead now as they had a little snafu in the scoreboard. But if you're Harper right now, you got to take control, because you don't want Central Lakes to go up 2-0. That's not insurmountable, of course, as we saw in our 7th place matchup, with Jamestown winning that one after dropping the first 2 sets. But so much harder to do, and that's a big point right there for Harper.
And a kill for the Harper Hawks. That time it's Natalie Asa. Back over to the Harper end. And a kill for Harper, and they're excited. Leading the way is Ryder.
Yeah, Ryder has been very strong here in this second set.
Ryder, her attended major someday is diagnostic medical sonography. She grew up in Lake in the Hills, Illinois, and attended Crystal Lake South High School.
Say that major again, diagnostic medical sonography.
Yep.
My goodness.
If you know that
she's
major,
smarter than us.
probably. If you know that major when you're 19 years old, that's what you want to do with your life, you're probably going somewhere.
Go get her for sure.
19-18 in favor of the Harper Hawks. Her favorite class in college is English. Bob Vilsaway, the most nonchalant coach in the history of Division III volleyball.
Well, from what we see anyway, these Harper Hawks might beg to differ. They're the ones that have to practice, and sure, he maybe brings the energy out a little bit there, but right now Harper doesn't need the extra energy. They've got 4 straight points and a 20-18 lead.
You're watching the 2019 NJCAA Division III Volleyball Championships on NJCAA Championship TV.
Every student athlete has a team, and a team behind that team. There are coaches, trainers, teachers, parents, friends, and each teammate shares the same goal: to provide athletes with the support and skills to succeed while staying healthy and safe. At Relation Insurance, we're proud to be a part of your support team. We provide customizable insurance solutions that can help colleges and universities protect athletes, manage risk, and stay ahead of the game. Go team!
A 2018 lead for Harper. Kyle Smith alongside my partner in crime, Nick Johnson. A 2-point lead for Harper. Dug it out well by Carcelo. Getting it over the net is Asa. Looking for the win in the second set is Harper, but they're going to have to work for it. Double hit committed against Harper, and a 2019 score in favor of the Hawks. Going to the bench now is Central Lakes, as the Raiders' Schlepper will take the serve. Harper making their case that she pushed down on it. Could have gone either way, but I think the officials made the right call. That was a clean hit. All tied at 20. Schlepper will take the serve. Ace. Schlepper, a 3-0 run for Central Lakes.
And a tough break there for Harper as the 2 back row players there talked it through, and I don't think they wanted to let it go, but instead it was kind of a you got it situation as that one snuck inside the end line.
Good game that Asa's had besides that. Play that just happened. Grew up in Schaumburg and went to Schaumburg High School. A point for Harper as we're all tied at 21. Asa's favorite movie, Saving Private Ryan. A great movie, but a sad one nonetheless.
Well, now the officials need to talk this one over again. If we can cue up the replay here. They're going to say that point does go to Harper. I think they were just double checking to see if Ryder touched it on the rebound. She did not. Kept the hands away.
Ooh, maybe she
least
did.
That's the call that they're going to go with here. And so Chileric gets word from the head official, and we'll be tied up at 21 apiece.
Taking the serve is Bauer. Very professional and to the point. Not smiling, getting ready for a serve and a kill for Maggie Fellerman.
Fellerman has been the star for the Raiders here in this second set. Every time they've needed a big point, she has stepped up.
So far today, Harper leading the way with 58 attacks to 53 from Central Lakes, but 23 kills for Central Lakes, 19 for Harper. Reading it all the way is Candifer. Kill attempt. Dug out well by Central Lakes. And a point for Harper. Double hit.
Boy, and a little bit of a late whistle on that double hit. The Harper fans over by us were all screaming for that whistle, and they indeed got it.
Service error, 23-22. No
Really
more
tough spot when it's this late in the match. Don't want to see that happen.
Bob Vilsoe has both of his timeouts, and if Central Lakes scores here, he'll most definitely use one of those two. Candifer, kill, Candifer. Will Vilsoe call something up in a timeout? All tied up at 23. I think that Vilsoe's thinking that he expects this to go into extra points, so he's going to save those timeouts till the very end. 23-23, Candifer. Ball still live. Now to the middle row. To Ryder. And a kill for Ryder.
And I think that's why Vilsoe didn't take the timeout. He wanted to see how that point went. Now that they have the advantage, and knowing that Central Lakes is out of timeouts, use this momentum to see if you can take this second set.
Ball still live. Harper excited. And a win for Harper in the second set. We're all tied up at a set apiece. Coming up next, the third one. You're watching the 2019 NJCAA Division III Volleyball Championships on NJCAA Championship TV.
New 5W Prime from Tachikara. Our new T-Tech micro leather is engineered to enhance ball control. Tachikara. The new 5W Prime from Tachikara. Our new T-Tech micro leather is engineered to enhance ball control. Tachikara.
Welcome back to Rochester, Minnesota. As Candifer's not happy, she's just shrugging her shoulders and folding her arms like something went wrong. We appreciate you watching today's broadcast. By the way, you can watch it on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Android TV, and Roku streaming platforms. NJCAA Championship TV, the official digital video network of the NJCAA. Also, make sure to order your official 2019 NJCAA Women's Division III Volleyball National Championship merchandise online at the NJCAA store. That website is shop.njcaa.org, and you can view exclusive national championship and NJCAA merchandise. And for your first order, you can receive 10% off using the promo code WELCOME10. All orders over $75 receive free shipping. Visit shop.njcaa.org and order your official championship gear today. As they're making sure to have the right substitutions in. The libero in for Central Lakes. No libero for the first potential point of the third set. We're all tied at 1-1. No double hit as almost a collision to start up this set. Now back out to the Harper end. Kill Candifer.
Good start for Candifer, who was playing with the fans a little bit before this third set during that delay, and one of the fans got her to smile, and so giving herself something to smile about there.
She's the volleyball equivalent of Bill Belichick. Always hard for Candifer to smile. Set, spike, well read by Asa. Now over to the front row. And the libero kicks it out to her teammates on the front row. Seeing it all the way. Did that touch the white line, or are they going to say that a Harper player deflected it?
I believe they just said it stayed in bounds.
See if we can get a replay on that. Gets over the net, clearly goes to the other side of the pole. Man, that can go either way, but maybe it barely touched the white line.
Well, and that official was right there. And so you just got to trust them.
2-1 is the score in favor of Central Lakes. Bump, and another one to the middle row of Harper, getting it over. And just as she was about to come back to the ground, Harper spikes it over the net and not able to block it because she was in midair is number 7, Maggie Fellerman. Now to the Central Lakes side. Bumped up straight up by Harper. Now to Agaranos. Agaranos finds where the defense ain't and gets it to where the defense ain't for a point for Harper.
Yeah, nice play by her, attacking instead of passing on that occasion. And when you're a setter, you just got to pick your spots. And a perfect spot there to do that.
Now another point for Harper.
Momentum on their side right now, a 4-2 start for the Hawks here in the third set.
A bump and another one near the scores table as Harper won the second set. They lead the third set 4-3.
Well, Talarik back to serve now. She had an ace in that second set and gave the defense for Harper some trouble with that knuckleball type delivery.
Candifer, a little touch over the net, blocks it. Ball still live, no longer live, and a point for Harper. 5-3 advantage for the Hawks.
Now Amelia Ryder back to serve. She also was pretty stellar in that second set for Harper in tying this match up.
A lift called against the Raiders, and a point for Harper, up 6-3.
Yeah, Porter trying to slap that one across and just got a little too much of it.
As RCTC and Brookhaven filtering into the stands, they're getting ready for their third place game. Point called for Central Lakes. Back out to the Harper end, out the front row. Now to the middle row of Central Lakes. Getting it over the net and getting the kill is Sydney Berg.
Yeah, if they can get her going again. I mean, Berg has had a nice match, but again, the Raiders have a tendency to spread the wealth, and if Berg is rolling, you want to continue that momentum.
Absolutely. She's had a great match, in fact. 10 for 14, a kill percentage of .714. Now to the front row of the Raiders. Blocked well there by Agaranos. Joining her was number 12. And a point now for Asa as going to the bench is Harper. Candifer, great job blocking with Agaranos, and they'll go to the bench. Ali Morong on the serve. Not ready for it. Was Fowler, and a point for Central Lakes. We appreciate everybody watching this live broadcast. You can also keep up with the live stats, news, and other updates regarding NJCAA volleyball by visiting the official website of the National Junior College Athletic Association at www.njcaa.org. The lower-seeded Harper winning the third set 7-6. Ball still live on the Harper end. Fowler setting it up to Asa. Now to the libero of Central Lakes. To the front row. Block goes out of bounds. Agaranos got a piece of it. Ball filters to the out-of-bounds area, and a point for Central Lakes.
And that's what the Raiders do so well. Again, anticipating that attack and getting to their spot with their blockers.
Good serve to the front row. Getting it to Jasunis. Now to the front row. Central Lakes retrieves it. Harper on it. Sending the ball over to the Raider end, and I'm not sure why the ball landed over there. I think because she was on her off foot, she couldn't get the set she wanted. Either way, it's a point for Harper. Score update, Minnesota trailing Iowa 7-0. Trying to dig that out was Ryder and couldn't. We're all tied at 8.
So for the Raiders now, serving is Haley Schlepper. And Schlepper had a good second set, trying to keep the Raiders or get them to go up 2-0 to no avail. But neither team has really established themselves yet in this third set. They've basically been trading punches up to this point.
9-8 as Harper leads by 1. The libero back in. Haley Talarik, the sophomore, just 5'1", the defensive specialist. Back out to Asa. Asa sends it over on the serve. Now to the front row. And a point. Kill. Central Lakes.
Nicole Corton hammering that one down and just getting it inside that back right corner, forcing the side out for the Raiders.
Sarah Bennett to the bench. Kylie Porter on the serve. She's both a setter and hitter on this Central Lakes team. Bump straight up at the middle row. Asa sends it over. Retrieved by the Raiders. Taps it over and a point for Central Lakes.
That was Sydney Forboard coming off the bench and getting it done for the Raiders. They are deep. They have 4 players on the bench, but they all come in and contribute.
Over the net it goes, and it goes out of bounds. Point, Harper. A 10-10 score, substitution for Harper as Bauer into the game. Ball now on the Harper end. Bumped straight up, bumped over to the front row. Taps it over, ball still on the front row of Central Lakes. Asa sees it. And Bauer and Fowler both go at it, then they both decide not to get it. Falls to the floor, point for the Raiders.
Just need a little more communication there, the Hawks do, as that bit them once earlier in this match, letting a serve go that ended up being an ace because neither player ended up getting it.
Sends it over the net, bumped, another bump. Asa, point, Central Lakes.
Fellerman there again, at the middle of the net, able to knock it back to the direction of Harper.
A 12-10 edge for the home team. Central Lakes making the drive from Brainerd. Blocked over the net. Runs out of real estate. Point for the Harper Hawks.
Well, we're in the third set, and really this is no surprise. I mean, these two teams thought it would go 5. Certainly looks like we're on our way to that.
Good block there by number 12, Candifer. As Candifer, now a smile on her face as she's talking to the teammates of the front row. Sending it over. Blocked it, but it went towards the scores table, and a point for the Harper Hawks.
And you just feel like if either of these teams can bust off 3 or 4 points in a row, that they'll be able to take control of this third set.
Ball in the middle row, now to the back row. Sending it up is Central Lakes, and a kill. Point, Central Lakes. That time it's Fellerman.
Yeah, and Fellerman has just had herself a day here. She's been a matchup problem for Harper all afternoon, especially when she's been in the middle of the net.
Fellerman, 6 kills, 4 errors, 15 total attacks. Also has a blocked shot on 2 attempts. Kill attempt, well read by Carcello. Now to Ryder. And a point for Central Lakes. All tied at 13. There's the dance we were looking for. Simple but to the point. It's time for Harper to answer in terms of dancing. Sent into the net, and a point for Central Lakes. And actually, Iowa missed the extra point, so it's 6-0 Iowa. Timeout called by Bob Bilsaway. You're watching the NJCAA Division III Championships on NJCAA Championship TV.
New 5W Prime from Tachikara. Our new T-Tech micro leather is engineered to enhance ball control. Tachikara. The new 5W Prime from Tachikara. Our new T-Tech micro leather is engineered to enhance ball control. Tachikara.
Back to the action here in Rochester, Minnesota. 15-13 lead for the higher seed, Central Lakes, as they look to win the second set. And I think she just lost track of where she was. She thought she was closer to the white line than she was, and it goes off the net, a service error against Central Lakes.
Yeah, and sometimes you want to come at them with that changeup, but hate to have a service error just by getting too cute.
That's how quick the game of volleyball is. One service error, an attack error, we're all tied at 15. What game do you think is faster, volleyball or hockey?
Boy, I don't know. They're pretty different, but hockey's constant movement. That's why they only do those 45 to a minute or 45-second to 60-second shifts. But for volleyball, they're rotating in after each point. So that's a tough call. I've never thought about that one before.
Obviously, hockey, the fastest game on ice. The fastest game on the floor, volleyball. What is the fastest sport? Feel free to tweet at NJCAA Championship TV. Back to the back row to the libero. Talarek trying to make up for that service error. Now to Candifer, and that's a big-time block. That's showing no scaredness at all, no fear. And a point for Ryder. But you got to give credit on that block by Schlepper because Candifer was going right at her on the attack, and Schlepper stood right at her with the block.
Well, I was impressed with Ryder there, attacking from mid-range. That's a difficult thing to do. So often these hitters can only be dangerous at the net. Ryder did that from about 8 feet away.
That's a point for Central Lakes. There's a lady who will be playing in the third place game who can get a kill anywhere on the floor. She plays for RCTC, and Nick Johnson knows her all too well.
Well, I don't know her that well, but she's from this area. Carrie Rutledge is her name, and yeah, she's a treat to watch as well. But there's talent all over the floor today. We talked about it at our 7th place matchup, a couple players that we expect to see on the all-tournament team, and I would say the same for these two teams. I'm sure they will have a couple players added to that team as well when it's all said and done.
Central Lakes up 19-16, trying to win the third set. Just got quiet all of a sudden. Now to the front row. Harper trying to stay in there in this third set, trailing by 3. Lands out of bounds, and a point for the Gales from Brainerd, Minnesota.
Yeah, good eye there by Talarek to let that one go. As we zoom in on her, she has been sound defensively all afternoon long and all tournament long.
Central Lakes looking to put this one on ice. It'd be very tough for Harper to come back from a 2016 deficit, but that ball lands out of bounds, and now another service error against the Raiders, and head coach Jane Peterson not happy.
Well, our team still has the 3-point lead, and a good job by Asa to lay off that one as Schlepper on the spike goes wide left. And right back comes Harper. Every time it looks like Central Lakes is going to pull away, Harper has had an answer.
Taps it over the net, back over to the Hawks. Shoots it over, a little change-up over the net to the Raiders. Gets it over, bump, set. Spike. Agaranos gets it over. Talarek. And the ball still live. This might be our Relation Insurance play of the game. Still alive. This is definitely going to be our Relation Insurance play of the game. Bump. Still alive. Here we go again. Second hit on the Harper end. Getting it over to Asa. Point, Harper. Man, that was fun to watch.
Yeah, Talarek laying out to try and get that one, but ultimately it's Asa getting the point for the Harper Hawks. They're back within 1.
Man, was that exciting to watch. I thought it would never end. Talarek dove for it, but she was in a bad spot to try dig it out. And now a point for Central Lakes.
Schlepper with the kill again. I feel like all 3 sets she's had a big kill towards the end when the Raiders have needed it.
21-19. Central Lakes looking to win the third set. They're 4 points away. Bump straight up. Now to the front row of the Raiders. Good dig by Carcillo. Still live is the ball. Kill attempt, and right there was Ryder. Bumping it straight up. Taps it over, ball still live. And a point for Harper.
I think that one might be the Relation Insurance play of the game if Harper does indeed come back and win this third set, as that ball danced on the net and landed just inside the white line on the Central Lakes side.
21-20, Central Lakes up by 1. You're watching the NJCAA Division III Volleyball Championships on NJCAA Championship TV.
Every student athlete has a team, and a team behind that team. There are coaches, trainers, teachers, parents, friends, and each teammate shares the same goal: to provide athletes with the support and skills to succeed while staying healthy and safe. At Relation Insurance, we're proud to be a part of your support team. We provide customizable insurance solutions that can help colleges and universities protect athletes, manage risk, and stay ahead of the game.
Point for Harper, now tied at 21 apiece.
Corton denied that time by a pair of Harper Hawks. It was Fowler combining with Jasunis. And now Harper with all the momentum, even out of the timeout from Central Lakes.
Yeah, 22-21, the lead right now, as Harper just continues to not quit. (22-22). We just keep going back and forth.
And it's Fellerman again for Central Lakes. This is when she shines, is late in these sets.
Bump, set, spike, blocked. Ball still live, now on the front row. Setting it up for the Raiders. Goes out of bounds. Oh, I thought it did. They don't show the deflection signal. See if we get a replay on that. I thought it went out of bounds. Nick, did you see it?
Tough to see with our railing here, but cut it down the line, so judges have a better look than we do. I know I keep defaulting to that, but I don't know. These two teams evenly matched, and their shots are all very close.
Jasunis going to the bench. Bauer will take the serve. Crucial serve of this third set. As both teams tied at 23. Got to win by 2 in volleyball. And there's a kill for Central Lakes.
And again, it's Corton. She's had a pretty good third set, and she goes back to try and close out this third set here from behind the service line.
Bauer will take a seat. Jasunis excited as she gives a pump up, fist pump to Garcello. RCTC watching from the bleachers. Candifer on the kill attempt. Ball goes straight up. Third hit. Second one now to Ryder, and a kill for Central Lakes.
Big block, and once again it's Maggie Fellerman getting it done for the Raiders. They take a 2-1 lead here in this fifth place match.
We'll be back after this. You're watching the 2019 NJCAA Division III Volleyball Championships on NJCAA Championship TV. All right, I got it. The fourth set with Central Lakes up 2-1. Kyle Smith alongside Kaiser DeCom, Tom Ritchie, Nick Johnson. Let's see how much Harper has left in the tank as they battled hard with Central Lakes, but they're finding it hard to find an answer for Sydney Berg.
Well, Berg and also Maggie Fellerman very strong at the end of that third set. But these two teams, they've traded punches all afternoon. Now it's Harper's turn to extend this to a fifth set. And that was Feller, the setter, earning the point for Harper, winning the play at the net.
Not the best bump in the world, but the libero to Lark bails her out, and it goes out to the Harper end. Almost a push by Candifer, no call. On the right side, now the middle row of Harper, dug out. Did she go over the net? They say she did. See if we get a replay on that. As could have gone either way. I thought she was over the net.
Well, that's what Bob Vilsoy is talking about here. And yeah, you see it on the replay.
Kind of like that slam dunk we saw last night from Russell of Columbus State.
Right.
Vilsoe pleads his case. Hey, you got to get your money's worth, right? Service error, so Harper has a 2-1 edge over Central Lakes.
Be interesting to see if either of these teams can build somewhat of a cushion here early on in this set as Harper gets an ace there from Ryder. But all three sets, they've just kind of traded punches, and it's taken only a 2 or 3 point burst to establish any sort of separation. We'll see if Harper can get a few points here in the early going and build a cushion like we've seen so often before.
Point for the Raiders, and even if somebody touched it, Candifer touched the net, so it's going to be a point for Central Lakes regardless. As now a substitution for the Raiders. As the libero will take the serve here. Goes over the net. Back over to the Harper end. That time, Central Lakes with a little push over the net. That time, it's by Haley Schlepper.
Yeah, Schlepper at the net. Schlepper and Fellerman have really been good defensively, especially on those 50-50 plays at the net.
3-3 the score. Harper trying to force a fifth end deciding set. Central Lakes wants to end it right here.
Yeah, that set just a little bit too far for Sydney Forboard. Ended up hitting the net, and so a side out back to Harper.
Ali Morong will take the serve. Too much on it from Ali Morong, and she'll go back to the bench.
So again, it's 4-4. These two teams just kind of used to this at this point, trading punches with each other, and even a 3-point run feels significant between these two squads.
Teeter-totter battle today for fifth place. A change up over the net. I think we're going to see most of the matches go at least 4 sets today. If there's one match that could possibly be a sweep, it's that Owens match. Nothing against Columbus State, but Owens is a machine.
Well, they have yet to drop a set in this tournament, including against a very good Brookhaven team. But yeah, you would expect on Championship Saturday to see a lot of matches just like this as Harper commits the service error.
5-5 score. Back and forth we go as Peterson goes to the bench. She'll send Sydney Burke out to take a seat for her team. And a point for Harper.
Well, some controversy now. We thought it was a point for Harper as Jasunas hit it over. It went out of bounds, but it looked pretty obvious like it was touched by a member of Central Lakes.
Yeah, it sure did.
And
I don't know about that one.
They're going to say that that was all Jasunas hitting that one across.
Replay looked like it went off a Central Lakes player, as if it didn't hit anybody, it just would have gone straight down, and clearly touching the net is Fowler. That's the most blatant you're going to be seeing in this tournament.
Well, getting back to that last point, Jasunas did swipe at it with the right hand kind of across her body, and so maybe that's what they saw, but Vilsoe still pleading his case over on the sideline.
Timeout on the floor with Central Lakes up by 2. You're watching the 2019 NJCAA Volleyball Championships on NJCAA Championship TV.
Every student athlete has a team, and a team behind that team. There are coaches, trainers, teachers, parents, friends, and each teammate shares the same goal: to provide athletes with the support and skills to succeed while staying healthy and safe. At Relation Insurance, we're proud to be a part of your support team. We provide customizable insurance solutions that can help colleges and universities protect athletes, manage risk, and stay ahead of the game. Go team!
Welcome back to the fourth set, a 7-5 advantage for Central Lakes. Taking her time is the server, and finally going to shoot it over the net. Porter on the serve. Back out to Harper. That's Jasunas. This time, definitely no foul against Jasunas. Fundamentally sound volleyball and a kill for number 11.
Yeah, and almost equally important, they get Jade Porter off the service line. Nice job by Jules Caracello to dig those out, but Porter, it's a very difficult serve.
Now we're all tied at 7.
Wide left on that attempt by Schlepper. So we're tied once again. We haven't kept track of the number of ties, but it's been a lot.
Definitely more than 3. Ball went off the net, but for Central Lakes, they did not touch it, so point for the Raiders. Back out to the front row of Harper. Point, Harper, Jasunas.
Forcing the side out again, and Vilsoe goes to the bench. So both these teams do like to rotate in fresh players, and good to see that depth get used here in the National Championship Tournament.
Blocked. Ball still live. And a kill for Harper's Amelia Ryder. 9-8 advantage for the Gales from Palatine.
Porter upset with herself that she couldn't get that one, but it was coming in like a missile, so.
Rotations for both teams. Jasunas coming back in. Bauer will take a seat. Actually, no. Jasunas going to go back to the bench. The libero instead. Carcelo comes back in. All knotted up at 9. Bump. Set. Spike. So much on it. As she tried to dig it out, it went back over to the Raiders' end. Nobody touched the net miraculously. That's a lot of athleticism to avoid the net. And a point for the Raiders. No, Harper, apologize.
Yeah, big block there by Forward, but drifted off to the right side, not out of bounds. And so Harper, for the moment, has the lead.
10-9 advantage for the Harper Hawks. Candifer read it all the way, and a point for her team.
That was a little too easy when you're 6'1", and that's what she's smiling about right now. Is she just, the toughest part about that play was probably waiting for the ball to get there as Harper commits the service error.
11-10, just nobody can get a 3-point lead. Central Lakes took care of Harper fairly easy, 25-19 in the first set, and then back-to-back 25-23 final scores in the second and third sets, respectively. Kill, Candifer.
She's heating up, and that's a 2-point lead now. We'll see if Harper can extend it to 3.
Successfully over the net from the serve. Now on the left side, too much on it. Point for the Harper Hawks.
Well, there's that 3-point lead. We'll see if they can continue building this momentum. Ryder on the serve.
Ball out to Central Lakes, and a kill for Central Lakes and the Raiders.
Yeah, they needed that side out there. You don't want to let Harper start to get some momentum. Obviously, you don't want this to go to a 5th set if you're Central Lakes. And so Talarik goes back to serve. Harper defensively has struggled with her serves a bit today.
Getting it up to the front row. Back to the front. 13-11 edge for Harper. Digging it out well is 21 Asas. Shooting it over is Candifer. To the front row. Kill attempt. And a kill for number 14, Haley Schlepper.
Yeah, the Raiders, we talked at the onset about their balance, and they've used it today. It feels like they're getting points from different players in different big spots.
Fellerman leading the way with 13.5 points for the Raiders. Accidentally put it over the net. And that's a kill for Berg. On the stat sheet, it's not going to show up as a 10-mile-an-hour changeup, but it got over the net, and it's a kill for Berg.
Well, yeah, and you talk about anticipation of the defense, and Harper was getting ready as they thought the Raiders were setting up their attack, and Berg ended up sending it across, and it just landed in the perfect spot.
Tied up again, 13-13. Blocked well. Candifer along with Agaranos. And a kill for Asa and the Hawks.
Natalie Asa has really had herself a good afternoon. Again, only a freshman, so she will be back next year for Harper.
Ali Morong back in. Kathleen Ali Morong. Grew up in Hanover Park, went to Hoffman Estates High School. But the Hawks answer with a point of their own.
Sydney Berg on that left side, that's where she's at her most dangerous.
The Raiders have both of their timeouts remaining, just one for Bob Vilsoe and the Harper Hawks. Dotted up at 14 in the fourth set. Will we go to 5? Setting it straight up for her teammates. Over the net it goes. A bump. And a kill. Good assist there by Sarah Bennett.
Yeah, now Central Lakes back with the lead after Harper was up by 3 points. Central Lakes has scored 5 of the last 6.
Sarah Bennett, a freshman from St. Cloud, Minnesota. St. Cloud State, they have great Division I hockey there, and that's a block that lands out of bounds and a point for Harper, a 15-15 tie. And an ace for the Harper Hawks, Agaranos.
Yeah, that was a sinking fastball. Steal some of your baseball analogies, and good jump serve here.
Out to the front row. And blocked by Harper. That was Fowler, but it goes out of bounds. Here we go again. Another tie, 16-16.
And Jade Porter back to serve. She puts a lot of topspin on her serves and just barely gets it over the net every single time.
Ball still live. Back onto the Raiders' end.
Oh, boy. They called that one in, and I hope they're right because that happened right in front of head coach Bob Bilsoe. And that was a gutsy play by Schlepper to try to cut that one across to the left.
Hitting it over the net. That one clearly out of bounds. And a point for Central Lakes. Timeout called by Bilsoe, his last one of the day. You're watching the 2019 Division III Volleyball Championships on NJCAA Championship TV.
Lane winds up shot and a goal.
2 seconds to go.
Rangers a long three.
It's a walk-off base hit for Michael Smith.
It's an Olympico and a goal for Paradise Valley, J.C. Duncan.
Well, here's the feed into Rodriguez to jam.
Here in Rochester, Minnesota with the Raiders leading 18-16, and it's not been easy on the officials today. So many balls that land close to or on the white line. That would have been something else if she was able to get that over the net. That's number 5, Nicole Corden. She just basically just tapped at it with her fist and almost went over the net.
Well, that was after a miscommunication, and so Central Lakes, now what you want to do out of a timeout, even if the other team called it, you want to make sure that you're talking to each other and making good passes, especially late in a set.
18-17 lead. Ball still live, got to get it over, and they do. All to the other libero, that's Carcelo. And a point for Central Lakes, 19-17. Over to the Harper end. Double hit. This is a bad time for Harper to be giving up their first 3-point deficit this late in the set.
Yeah, you got to play mistake-free volleyball right now, but Central Lakes still on a bit of a run here. 10 of the last 14 points have gone their way. And Porter never touched that one, doing her best Matrix impersonation, getting out of the way of that spike.
21-17. As Harper trying to get back into this one, they trail by 4, now they trail by 5. And unfortunately for Harper, no more timeouts. They're just going to have to keep playing on.
Yeah, and surprising to see things unravel here. Sort of the biggest leads we've seen at any point today.
Just barely dug out by Agaranos. Over to Central Lakes. Trailing by 5 are the Hawks. A loss would give them 6 plays. A win would force a 5th and deciding set. Out to the front. Harper Hawks with the point.
Some disagreement initially between the officials on whether or not that ball landed in bounds, but I think they got that call right.
Maybe we just need to create pylons near these, near the end lines. And create,
pylons are old school. I want laser beams.
Is it too much to ask for me to ask for freaking lasers on their freaking heads? I've been a freaking evil doctor for 15 years. That's Austin Powers. People watching that don't know what I'm referencing. If you haven't seen Austin Powers, got to see it.
If you're into that sort of thing.
I guess there's people that don't like the James Bond movies. If you don't like them, then you'll probably not like Austin Powers. Inbounds. Oh, no. I'm not too sure about this one. Let's go take a look at the instant replay.
Yeah, that spike by Ryder going towards the back row, but it's match point here now for Central Lakes. Blocked by Fellerman, but it stays in the Central Lakes side, so match point number 2 coming up here. And I don't think we're going to get a replay of that point a moment ago, but for Harper, they just got to move on. They need 5 points in a row. That's a good way to start with an ace from Taylor Fowler.
And that's a true ace as nobody touched it, just hit the floor. 24-20. Harper needs 4 straight points. They get another one, 24-21. And I expect Peterson to call timeout here.
Not yet. It's 24-21. They've given up 3 straight points. Maybe if they give up this point, she'll call the timeout.
Seeing it all the way is Candifer. Harper hanging in, down by 3. Only 1 point to work with. Could this be the point that Central Lake ends it? Goes out of bounds, 24-22.
Now Peterson does indeed call the timeout. Match point number 5 when we come back.
You're watching the 2019 NJCAA Volleyball Championships on NJCAA Championship TV. Here in Rochester, Minnesota, 24-22. Remember, you can get 10% off your first order of championship merchandise on shop.njca.org. Candifer with a potential kill, and she gets it, now 24-23.
That's why you don't give up. 5 straight points for Harper. And Peterson's going to call her second timeout in as many points.
You're watching the 2019 NJCAA Division III Volleyball Championships on NJCAA Championship TV. (24-23). Can Harper tie this one up for extra points? Point, Harper!
That was the 6th match point for Central Lakes, and Harper comes all the way back.
From 24-19 to 24-24, as I apologize for the squeak. Got to win by 2 extra points here in the 4th set. Oh, man, a lack of communication. Candifer, point, Central Lakes.
Blocked by Fellerman. Meanwhile, on the far side, RCTC awaiting their matchup, cheering hard for their Minnesota brotherhood, just like Owens did last night for Columbus State.
Remember, you can watch this live and archived at NJCAATV.com. 7th potential match point for Central Lakes. To the middle row. Now to the Harper middle row, trying to tie this up at 25 apiece. Back row to the front row. To the front row again. An attack error against Berg, 25-25.
It's only fitting that we have a fourth set that's going extra points, because if this match doesn't go 5 sets, I mean, every set has been close.
Central Lakes is up 2-1, but they had to score all 25. With Harper getting 23 apiece in sets number 2 and 3. Harper going the distance against Central Lakes. And now another chance for Central Lakes to put it away.
That was Lily Hardy from the right side, picking her spot to go finesse and getting the point.
12 kills for Harper in the fourth set. Hit percentage, Central Lakes 199, 122 for Harper. Can Harper tie it up again? Looks like they will. 26-26. And a substitution, Ali Morong into the game. Ali Morong wants to study microbiology in college. She loves the scent of freshly baked cookies, and I'm sure she'd love a point for her team here. What's the call?
My goodness, they're saying that one was inbounds. The Harper fans to our left obviously disagree, but that back judge had the best view in the building. It came in pretty slow.
27-26. Can Central Lakes finally put it away? Still alive as the ball taps it over. Ball still live. 27-26 in the fourth set. Berg puts it away. 28-26, a thrilling fourth set as Central Lakes finishes in fifth place in the tournament. Coming up next, the third place game. You're watching the 2019 NJCAA Division III Championships on NJCAA Championship TV. We'll have the Relation Insurance play the game and then the third place game. Welcome back to Rochester, Minnesota. Here's our Relation Insurance play of the game. And I think they got the call right, Nick. You see it again. Remember, it was 26-26. The back judge says it got the white line. Looked like it just barely got that white line.
Well, like I said at the time, it was coming in kind of slow. So the shot by Berg, they had time to watch it flutter in and watch the trajectory. And even watching it over and over again, you're not 100% sure, but it does look like it landed on the white.
And that's our Relation Insurance play of the game, brought to you by Relation Insurance, the endorsed athletic insurance provider of the NJCAA. So, in the stat sheet, it goes as a 3-1 victory for Central Lakes, but Nick, they had to earn every single point against Harper for fifth place.
Yeah, those two teams were as evenly matched as you're going to see. I mean, every single set, aside from the first one, was a 6-point, which is normally pretty close, but the rest of them all separated by only 2 points. And so those two teams can hold their heads high after that performance here today.
So finishing in 5th place in the tournament is Central Lake. 6th place is Harper. We'll see who finishes in 3rd and 4th place, respectively. You're watching the 2019 NJCAA Division III Volleyball Championships on NJCAA Championship TV.